So here it is in the latest episode of That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Tensura, however you want to say it. We got information about the Lightspeed Hero, and I'm actually glad that when they were talking about him and we got information and even a backstory on him, that he isn't evil. Before we get into this, make sure you guys are liking the video, make sure you guys are subscribed, because we'll definitely discuss this and other anime, especially all the good anime that's coming out later this year. In the meantime, I honestly thought he was going to be a jerk, he was going to be evil, or just, something of that variety, because if you kind of look at the main theme song, it shows him and his reputation precedes him as he's the hero of the arena that's in the other city. So I'm like, oh man, this guy looks like he might be bad news. Yeah, technically everyone knows him as the hero, but we've seen way too many times and way too many anime that someone that's supposed to be a hero doesn't mean they're not necessarily on the side of good, or at least that they're doing it for good intentions. We do learn a lot more about this guy, and it seems that he is definitely has a high luck skill. I wonder if there's anyone else that I know that has a high luck skill. We'll talk about that in a little bit more detail in a moment, but first things first, I do want to talk about one little thing that I've been noticing in this anime, more so than other anime, is the amount of Otherworlders that are actually appearing almost everywhere. I thought it was going to be a rare occurrence, but they just bring them about wherever they want to. Now we see here that the Lightspeed Hero actually gets brought to this world after looking at this girl, and then is like trying to tell his friend, hey, check out this girl, hey, you know what? And then when he turns, plop, he's right there in the fantasy world, which of course leads me to believe, there's something up with this girl here. At first, she looked very similar to Rimuru, and I'm like, oh, that's a little weird. But then I realized, no, there's something else up with her. She looks very familiar. Now, might be totally off base, but to me, doesn't she look similar to this reporter girl from several episodes this season ago, where this reporter girl who was blue-haired and very striking and very much standing out, that they never really addressed, which I'm sure they will at some point, but they never really addressed this girl. And I remember saying when this episode came out, my review was like, there's something up about this girl. But now we see somebody else, which, if I'm wrong, okay, I could be wrong that they're two different people, but the second time that we've had someone with very striking blue hair, other than Rimuru, of course, that has shown up in the same season, of course, at different occurrences. And after we see her, something weird happens. In this case, the Lightspeed Hero getting transported to another world. Even Hinata, when she was transported, there was like a wind. It looked almost like she got, I wouldn't say attacked, but like a wind propelled her, and the next thing you know, she's just in this world. So it wouldn't surprise me if all these Otherworlders are being brought here for some reason. Now, granted, I don't know what that reason is, but it's very weird that this anime has so many Otherworlders. Now, granted, Rimuru came to this world through death, but why are all the Otherworlders, all the people from the real world, being transported to this fantasy world? Why are so many? Thus far, I believe there's 3 different ways to get to this world. Through death, like Rimuru, through like Hinata and the hero being just all of a sudden just transported, and then like Shizu, who was summoned, if you will, by Demon Lord Leon. A lot of times in anime, you might get maybe 1, 2, or even a couple people brought from the real world to this fantasy world, but it's like a reoccurring thing that all these people keep getting transported to this world, that it's not even a rare occurrence. It's like, oh, you're an Otherworlder? Oh, okay, I am too. And it's like, the next thing you know, there's so many people that are Otherworld. Shoot, even in the Lightspeed Heroes party, there's a guy, the mage or whatever, the guy is an Otherworlder too. I thought this is supposed to be rare. Why are there so many people? But it makes me believe, like, is there some type of world-class event that's gonna happen that maybe someone is trying to prepare and get all these Otherworlders together? So then that way, not necessarily team up, but the world has a chance against a looming threat. I don't know, but it was just something that stuck out to me, that it's like more and more characters like, oh, another Otherworlder that has come into the mix. Okay, what do you do? What is your skill? I can't be the only one that has thought about this and is like, why are there so many? But we'll see how it goes in the future. Now let's talk about the Lightspeed Hero. Now this guy himself, I can't be the only one has thought about this. He reminds me so much of Kazuma for Konosuba. If Kazuma actually tried, if Kazuma came to this world and was like, all right, you know, I want to be an adventurer, I want to have my high luck skill, and I want to actually do some good in this world, you know, he may actually turn out to be just like the Lightspeed Hero. Hell, I believe Kazuma might be even smarter than this guy, because in the occurrence of anything bad happening, here we see the Lightspeed Hero even says that he just stands around and does nothing. Now we saw him fight just a little bit here and there, and he's won in the arena, so he has some fighting capabilities. That's fine. That's neither here nor there. But his chosen one skill and his high luck skill literally just lets everything just fall into place around him. He just stands there, and then everyone else does the work and he gets the credit for it. But Kazuma, in a lot of the boss fights, a lot of the fights that he's done, has come up with plans to be like, okay, all right, Darkness and all these other people, let's get these together. And side note, if you haven't seen Konosuba at all, what are you doing with your life? You have got to sit back and watch Konosuba, who just wrapped up their 3rd season. Amazing anime. Please watch it. But Kazuma comes up with these ideas that actually come together through his high luck skill, through the skills of his teammates. He actually works together with people and doesn't just stand there and just like, oh, everything just kind of falls in place. Now, yes, these are 2 different anime. Yes, Konosuba's a comedy type anime, but there's a lot of similarities between this guy and Kazuma. But I am not necessarily fearful, but I'm worried about this guy, because if he's the head of the arena, right, in this other town, he's now about to be in the arena, or going to be in the arena with, I'm sure, some of Rimuru's lieutenants or people that, you know, work under Rimuru. He made mention a lot of times that the chosen one can't be turned off, which leads me to believe, what happens if it does get turned off? I don't know if he actually has, you know, if his fighting abilities are because of Chosen One, or if he actually knows fighting and fundamentals, because people on the Rimuru have trained and are capable fighters. So I'm wondering if the rug that's going to be pulled is the fact that he gets into the arena, he's going to be like, yeah, okay, here I am. And he's like, well, this is going to be another win, another fight. And then the next thing you know, he's like, wait, what's going on? And I predict that he's going to do well in the arena. He might get some victories and stuff, but then he's going to fight against someone we know, and it's not going to go the way that he would like it to go. Pretty interesting that they brought a character like this here, because like the similarities to Kazuma for Konosuba are just way too apparent, way too much. And to wrap things up, let's talk about this fox Kumara. Now, if you've forgotten, this is the fox that was under Clayman's service. When Rimuru went to the Demon Lord Summit, and that's where he fought with Clayman, this fox was what was fighting against Ranga. It seemed like it was being controlled, and then Rimuru undid the control that was on it and put it in the care of Ranga. So now she's back, and it's quite funny. Rimuru was like, oh, you're so cute, let me name you. Not knowing that this fox demon creature already is powerful to a degree, And then he ends up giving a little bit more power to it because he named it. And he's like, wait, why do I feel so weak? Which leads to the fact that this creature who they are putting into the dungeon as a boss is going to be super powerful. Like, if it already was strong and then it was named and got even stronger to the fact that made Rimuru weaker, like, oh my lord, this thing is going to be absolutely crazy. Level 100 is the, Veldora. So if it's like in the 90s, it does not surprise me because it may look cute now, but wait until later. It might be giving some adventurers a pretty hard time. So be wary of any creature when, Rimuru or someone like that gives a name and someone as powerful as Rimuru gets weakened by that. Oh, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. So I'm actually looking forward to it. They've got to have an episode where they showcase some adventurers, maybe even it's the Lightspeed Hero, but someone that goes into the dungeon and their journey level by level. I mean, I don't care if it's like an OTV or a separate like showcase of anime, like a special of some sort about a couple episodes. I would just love to see the viewpoint of somebody else go into Rimuru's dungeon and then all the battles and the bosses, and we just sit there like, oh, that character, we know them, and to see their struggle as they go all the way from level 1 to up to Veldora at level 100. That would make an awesome like offshoot of a series. Whether they've done it or not, I don't know. I'm an anime watcher for this anime, so hey, that would be pretty cool if they end up doing something like that in the future, or if there's an offshoot manga or something like that. Let me know in the comments down below, because I have no idea, but I mean, it's an idea, right? So anyway, tell me what you guys think. It was a great episode. I liked everything that happened here. It was great to hear and learn more about the Lightspeed Hero and, know a little bit more about his nature. But yeah, I don't think that he's gonna last that long. Not like death, but he's not gonna be as high on a pedestal as he is around the world in the land of Rimuru and Tempest. So we shall see. Anyway, you guys take care. Please be safe. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe for more, because we'll definitely go over more anime and episodes. We got about 7 more episodes of this season, so we'll see how it starts to wrap up here. But I'm looking forward to it all. I'll see you guys next time. Be careful, and goodbye for now.
This ain't what you want, bitch, I'm a fucking phenomenon.